Well, hello and welcome to these midweek moments together. As always, we pause to see where we are in the life of the church here at Bethel and our progress towards returning to on-campus worship. You know that we're in the process of getting a new HVAC system installed for our sanctuary. And because of the supply chain, that we're just waiting for all of that to make its way here so that it can be installed. So uh, the trustees have done all that they can do. The contract has been signed. The workers are ordering and manufacturing, sending, and will soon be installing. So right now we are waiting, anticipating, and looking forward to having a cooler sanctuary in September. So I'll continue to bring you more updates as the weeks go by. I want to pause and say how in these days that can feel like there's just this low level of anxiety. Are any of you feeling that? Just this sort of, is it tired? Are we tired? Are we frustrated? Are we, does the news have us all sort of on edge? What's coming and when will this end? For all those reasons, there seems to me, for many of us, this low grade anxiety. And I've identified in myself just the way I'm wired. I think if I knew when this was going to end, if I could say in 3 months, this will, we've got to, sort of push on through this for 3 months, then I think I could deal with that a little bit more than here's one path, but we have to have another path in case the first path doesn't work. It keeps me a little off balance. I like a list to check it off. If there's something unresolved in a relationship, I like to move towards it and close that up and make sure everything's good. If you're wired in any way like that, then for me, the issue is not so much fear. It's just this unrest. So the truth is, in these days, we cannot be certain about a whole lot of things. About COVID, about health, about school, about jobs, about financial matters. We can't be certain about a lot of things. But we can be clear about some things, right? When we can't be certain, let's be clear about some things. So the clarity that that I want to remind us of is that we're still being the church. If when you get your e-blast or your bulletin, you'll see these wonderful images from last week's Vacation Bible School. The church has left the building, but Vacation Bible School continued in homes and with crafts and fun things and shaping faith and the parents taking responsibility for their child's faith formation, being supported here from the church. It's that wonderful phrase in scripture that the role that we have as leaders is to equip the saints for the work of ministry. So through Garrison and Nova and Lindy and others, Vacation Bible School, a delight equipping the saints for the work of ministry. The food pantry continues to receive food. Our bus was loaded down with resources for Epworth Children's Home this week. The church has left the building. And even in our own faith life as adults of any age along the spectrum, what we're trying to do on Sunday mornings or anytime you happen to tune into our worship services is really to ground ourselves in the way of Jesus. Jesus lived in a time that there was a lot of uncertainty, a lot of political unrest, a lot of misunderstandings of how to treat people and how to live life and how to put a value on things. Um, and and there were practices that Jesus had that grounded him for the uncertainty of the time in which he lived. So so our hope is through these most recent Sundays and then on into the next few, that what we're trying to do really, for me and for you, for one another, is to ground ourselves again in the way of Jesus, in the habits of Jesus, in the practices of Jesus. It equipped him for his uncertain time, and it will equip us for ours. It's these habits of silence and solitude, where we where we are silent before God and before ourselves, so we can hear in deeper ways. We're not distracted, but we're present to God and to ourselves. We're um, committed to acts of justice that see all as valuable, all people as people of value. If you walk through life and treat it all as sacred, you'll be okay. We're people who um, are valuing Scripture and time with Scripture. And the challenge this past Sunday was, can you make the alphabet and start each line of the alphabet um, with a passage of Scripture? Can it become your kind of roadmap, your daily sort of, here's my daily 26, or maybe you can't find all 26, but here's my 20 something key scriptures, core scriptures. There are things that we can do. This Sunday we will talk about the Sabbath. One of Jesus' primary ways was to make one day different than all the other days. And for Jesus, the Sabbath was in some ways a form of resistance to the capitalistic culture, and to the worker way of Pharaoh. And it was a statement of resistance, as well as a gift of blessing. So we'll be talking about that this Sunday. But what I want us to realize is that the journey that we're on as a church now is a journey, where we can't be certain about all things, but we can be clear about the ways and habits of Jesus that call us to love, that call us to trust, that call us to pray, that call us to be grounded in Scripture, that call us to a Sabbath day, that call us to gratitude, that call us to um, living simply, these ways of Jesus. So I encourage you to continue with us on this journey, through these uncertain times, assured, clear about this. God is the author of our journey. God is our companion on the way, and God will be our destination's end. And in all of life, we are accompanied, held, loved. We can be sure, certain about that. I'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday morning as we gather on the Sabbath day for worship.